Thank you, thank you, thank you. You all are too kind. Hello, guys. It's me, John Rainey. Welcome back to the Metroid series podcast. This time, we will be doing episode 5. Instead of covering Metroid Prime Pinball and Metroid Prime Hunters, which are spin-off games, we're going to primarily stay on the mainline series, with the next mainline series game coming 3 years after Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. And yes, guys, I know. You guys are going to be like, but John, what about Metroid Zero Mission? Metroid Zero Mission may be a good game, but it's a spin-off of the original with an extended story. So Metroid Zero Mission will not be covered. Anyways, guys, let's get started. Three years after the events of Metroid Prime 2, Metroid Prime 3 brings Dark Samus back. But there is also another enemy who returns as well. Yes, you guessed right, ladies and gentlemen. Metal Ridley from Metroid Prime 1 has once again returned. Yes, Metal Ridley makes his next appearance in Metroid Prime 3. However, this will be Metal Ridley's final appearance. Let's begin with the story. Dark Samus, the main part of the story is that Dark Samus has taken control of space pirates as well as Metal Ridley, because you will see Metal Ridley with a new type of armor. This armor is made out of hard phazon, known as phasite. This armor you cannot penetrate unless you have a phazon weapon. Introducing the bosses of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. We have the Berserker Lord, we have Metal Ridley. Introducing the 3 Hunters, additional to Metroid Prime 3 Corruption besides Samus herself. We have Rundus, Gandrita, and Gore. Now, in the whole entire game of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, not only do you get corrupted by Phazon to the Dark Samus trying to stop you from, saving Planet Norian from the Leviathan Seed attack that Dark Samus launched. But as Dark Samus comes in and tries to prevent you from using the satellite to destroy the Leviathan Seed, Dark Samus lets out a huge attack, impacting Samus, Gore, Rundus, and Gandrita. Samus, unlike the other 3, regained consciousness for a second to activate the satellite and destroy the Leviathan Seed before it gets any closer to the planet. With that being very successful, Samus falls to the ground unconscious due to Phazon being in her body. The Galactic Federation finds her and grabs her and puts her on the Galactic Federation ship Olympus, which is where you start. Once you're back on the GFS Olympus, you'll be given a new suit upgrade, known as the Phazon Enhancement Device, or PED for short. This allows you to use Phazon at your own disposal, with Hyper Mode being active by injecting energy tanks. As you go farther to get more suit upgrades, missiles, energy tanks, and power bombs, as well as other suit upgrades, you will get new upgrades, Phazon-wise. First, and one of my most favorite Phazon weapon will be the Phazon missiles, aka the Hyper Missile. Now, unlike Metroid Prime 2 and 1, where you had the grapple beam and was able to swing from the grapple beam points, in this game, you have grapple beam variants. Yes, you will get the grapple beam, but you will not get the grapple beam until later. Introducing the first grapple beam variant for Metroid Prime 3, the Grapple Lasso. Which you can use to pull on things using your Wii remote, because Metroid Prime 3 Corruption was released 3 years after the initial finish of the Nintendo GameCube game line. Therefore, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption was supposed to be released on Wii. Therefore, 3 years later, in 2007, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption shedded light on that day, on that year. Anyway, bosses. You have the Berserker Lord, Meta Ridley, Rundus, Helios, the Defense Drone, Metroid Hatchers, Gandrada, Gore, Omega Ridley, Dark Samus, and a new final boss known as AU-313, or long-termed Aurora Unit 313. Now, as Admiral Dane of the Galactic Federation ship Olympus tells you, that in your mission briefing at the very beginning of the game, you will be met with Olympus's Aurora unit. Aurora Unit 242. Basically, the space pirates purged a virus to all of the Aurora units. And it is up to Samus and the other 3 bounty hunters to rid all the planets in the system and all the Aurora units from that virus. However, Gandrada, Gore, and Rundus were unsuccessful due to complete Phazon corruption and turning against Samus, with Dark Samus Phantoms controlling all 3 of the other hunters. After you defeat them, Dark Samus gives them very grim fates. So Rundus, Gandrada, and Gore are not seen after you fight them. Oh yeah, and Omega Ridley. Don't think he's the same as Meta Ridley. Due to phase-on mutation, Meta Ridley has once again phase-on mutated a little bit more after his defeat in Planet Norian's Generator C shaft, which you fight Meta Ridley in. After Meta Ridley's defeat in the shaft of Generator C, yes, Renda saves you, but that's the last time you will see him before he turns evil. Anyways, Aurora Unit 313 was the only Aurora unit that was not saved from the purging of the virus. While Samus had saved the others, the Galactic Federation ship Valhalla's Aurora unit, which is, of course, Aurora Unit 313, 313 was not saved from the virus. It was completely purged. And of course, just like in Metroid Prime 2, you will have to face Dark Samus. However, Dark Samus will not be defeated so easily, because you will get credits obtained in Metroid Prime 2, in Metroid Prime 3, and then the later re-release of the Metroid Prime trilogy, which includes Prime 1, 2, and 3 for Wii. Anyways, guys, enough about that. Let's move on. Yes, you'll have to face Dark Samus once more, but this may be the final time you face her for quite some time. After you face Dark Samus, like I said, Dark Samus does not die, does not give up. Instead, Dark Samus is repulsed and takes control of Aurora Unit 313, causing you to have a final boss fight against Aurora Unit 313. Now, Aurora Unit 313, like the Emperor Ing and the Chica, has different forms. Like the Chica from Metroid Prime 2, Aurora Unit 313 has only two forms. It's got its neck, of course. Once you destroy its neck, once you just detach the spinal cord controlling Aurora Unit 313, the head will be free. Once the head is free, that will be your last attempt to save Aurora Unit 313 and defeat Dark Samus for now. After you have defeated Aurora Unit 313 and Dark Samus, the phase-on amount inside of Samus's body will quickly switch from being 75% to 0, as the amount of phase-on is quickly drained from inside of Samus. Due to the planet where Dark Samus is at, planet phase begins to explode. Thanks for listening to this episode, guys. Stay tuned for the next one. Oh, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys. Thank you. You guys are so kind. Stay tuned for episode 6, guys. Stay tuned.